So today I'm going to be reading Milk and Honey by Cambria Joy, 2nd Chronicles, and the title is called A Taste of Trust. And the Bible verse says, O our God, will you not execute judgment on them? For we are powerless against this great horde that is coming against us. We do not know what to do, but our eyes are on you. 2nd Chronicles, chapter 20, verse 12. I don't know about you, but I don't like driving in fog. Driving has its challenges even on sunny days, so throwing some peace through fog, and the little control we do have goes out the window. We grip the wheel a little tighter, lean a little closer to the dash, and basically turn into a snail on wheels. It's our nature to vice grip whatever control we have left. But what about when this happens in life? When something we love starts to slip from our fingertips, when the path before us seems impossible, when we can't see what's up ahead? Do we hold on for dear life, or do we let go and trust God? It's easy to be gripped with fear when you start to lose your grip. When I got a call from my father telling me he was being rushed into emergency heart surgery, it felt like my world stopped. I wanted nothing more than to be with him, but I was in Oregon, and he was in California, and the surgery was happening now. The doctor did not sugarcoat the severity of the situation, but by their evaluation, my dad shouldn't be alive. Geographic separated us, and every fiber of my being wished that wasn't so. No matter how fast I traveled, it wouldn't be fast enough. I'd like to tell you that I calmly surrendered my fear to God, but the truth is that fear and faith pulled me back and forth, and wagged a tug of war within my soul. It was at the moment I realized the only thing we have control over in this life is to choose to trust God. My eyes were open to see that control is nothing more than an illusion. Of course, we have control over certain decisions, and we have to take responsibility for our actions. But when circumstances roll in like a fog and make us unable to see up ahead, what do? Do we throw our hands up in defeat, or do we lift them higher to find the one our help comes from? Moses' mother let go of her son, not knowing if she would ever see him again. Exodus 2. Watching her baby float down the river, I'm sure fear flooded her mind. What gave her the courage to let go? Maybe she realized peace doesn't come from control, but from God. The peace God gives doesn't argue with our minds, because it's busy guarding our hearts. It's easy to imagine the thought of what-ifs, clouding her vision and paralyzing her with fear. The unknown future of what would happen to Moses downriver was scary enough. But with Pharaoh's orders to murder all newborn males, the future would be sealed if she held on to her baby. It would surely result in her son's death. She chose to put her trust in God, who would not only make a way for her baby down the river, but also one day use that new baby boy to part the Red Sea. This story reminds us that God isn't just enough kind of God. He always does immeasurably more than we could ask or think. Maybe the path before you today feels impossible. I think it's easy to feel like we're failing God when we give in to fear rather than leaning into faith. Fear doesn't need permission to take over when we can't see up ahead. When the imaginable calls come through, when the unthinkable news hits your ears, fear didn't need permission to take over when my dad was rushed into surgery. But I needed to give God permission to perform surgery, not on my dad, on me. I needed God to remove from my heart the fear of losing control. Imagine what we'll gain when fear of the unknown no longer has a grip on us. More room to breathe, more room to trust. Room for surgery that feels scary but will save your life. Whenever your heart is thick with the fog of improbability, remember that God has never met an impossibility.